Hello everyone, welcome to my home. My name is Lisa and this is Lisa Abbey's Needleworks, a channel about stitching and in a lot of different forms, whether it be cross stitch, quilting, punch needle, whatever I can come up with. I hope you find something that'll motivate you a little bit today. Today is Monday, I don't know, maybe the 22nd, something like that, of September. And it's been sort of a productive day. I was able to get some fabric that I got from the thrift store today. I got it tea-dyed. Been putting it off for quite a while, so I got that done. And after my video last week, I did some finishing, which I had talked about doing for a couple of weeks, and finally got myself down there and got some stuff done. So I have a few things to share with you today. I hope you'll find something exciting. So let's get started. Probably my oldest finish that I'll show today is a drum. I had done Indigo Elaine by Brenda Gervais, and I had finished it quite some time ago, and always forgot to take it with me to the thrift store to try to find a frame for it. And then I had seen so many people doing a drum lately on Instagram that I thought, well, I wonder what that would look like. So I looked up the tutorial from Vanna, the Twisted Stitcher, because everybody knows her tutorials are spot on. So I checked that out and paused it and did it as each step that she was working on. And it was so simple with her help. So here it is. Now, I still think there's something else I'm going to tweak to it, but I can't decide. So I'll let you help me decide. So here it is, Indigo Elaine by Brenda Gervais. And I had found some samples of velvet at the thrift store. So the blue one was 15 cents, and I found like a green shade, beigey green, and it was 15 cents. So that's what I used for the top and the bottom. And I was thinking about maybe putting some lace trim or something around the edge, just to kind of, because this was kind of thicker fabric than I hadn't really thought about it, but it was like upholstery weight velvet, so it was a little bit thicker than, it was kind of hard to needle, but it worked. But my edges isn't perfect, so I thought, well, it would be nice to do something. And Vanna had suggested, she was sweet enough to respond to my picture on Instagram, and she suggested a big primitive X cross stitch all the way around. So I might do that. I'm not sure. I might just call it good because it was so hard to stitch through, and I don't know. But I love how it turned out. Super easy. I used some, I did it just like she said. So I used some polyfill, and then I used some crushed walnut shells in the center. Love it. So that was my first finish. I worked on that last Monday in the evening. Then the second finish, I had got the latest Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and there was a pattern by Joyce Reed called Salem Mass. And so I couldn't wait to start stitching that little witch. I thought she was so cute. So I have that finished into a pillow. I had found some fabric at the thrift store, so I used that for the back, and then where the seam was, I just ran some rickrack that I also got from the thrift store. It was a little pack and it was 25 cents. I swear, I love my thrift store. I have to put my plug in, but I'm not telling you where it is because you guys will all go get the good stuff. Just kidding, it's in Ohio. But really happy with that finish. I think I am going to stitch that again because I really enjoyed that. Then one of my mania finishes this year was a freebie off of Pinterest, and it just said crow. So I was trying to think of what I could put that on, and then I had found this little broom at the thrift store for 25 cents. And I thought, well, I wonder how I could come up with something for that. And so I just sewed some fabric to it on either end, and then sewed it into a tube, turned it inside out, and then I've just got it pinned real quick here to show. There was another button, but it just fell off as soon as I picked it up. Great. So I'll put that on again, but I was happy with that finish. I was trying to think outside the box and try to come up with something a little bit different than the standard, just the pillow or the frame or whatever. Okay, so that was Monday night, and then Tuesday after work, I finished my freebie off Pinterest. I started this to just participate in Sampler September with Teresa. And so I was able to get that part finished last night. I didn't get it pressed. I got a big, huge wrinkle down the center. Sorry about that. But I love stitching with one color. That was fun. So I'm not quite sure. I'd like to put that on the front of a notebook. And so that's my plan. I found some really pretty red ticking fabric that I thought would make a cute cover. And then I thought I could start using that as my stitchy journal, because I never remember what color I used for what project. And then I'll accidentally take it out for another project, and it's a big old mess. So my plan is to try to get a little bit more organized in that area. So, okay, and so then I wanted to try some of these little punch needle pumpkins that are in the new issue. And it is by, I'm sorry, I should have looked at that earlier, Deb Bordeaux. Anyway, I thought they were super cute. So I thought, well, heck, we'll try it. I'm not real crazy about punch needle just because the hoop that I use is not meant for that. It's just a regular, embroidery hoop. And so I was always pulling my fabric, but I did come up with a way to hold that made it go a lot easier. So the first one I tried was the checkerboard. Now, I didn't do it as full as I should have, so I am planning on taking that and filling it up a little bit more, but that went super fast. I really enjoyed the black because it covered really well. So then I decided to try the one with the star. So that I chose to do like a white pump or an off-white pumpkin. So probably should have filled up the circles a little bit more so they would look more like circles, but I'm happy with it. So that was that one. And then I absolutely love those really dark green pumpkins that you see on Instagram, so prevalent. And so I had found kind of a dark green thread at my thrift store. I haven't even been using like Valdani or anything like that. I'm just using, I have some here on decoration. I've just been finding these little balls of whatever they are. What are they called? Cotton, mercerized cotton. Anyway, I just buy them because I think they're super cute, and so I have them in my 3-tier thing or whatever. And then I've been finding some really cool colors, and so I thought, well, heck, I might as well try it and see. And then I've just been buying some crochet thread and using those too. That's what the cream was just regular old crochet thread that I can get, for 50 and 75 cents at the thrift store. So now all I have to do is sew a back onto them and stuff them a little bit and then put a little stick in there. So I'm kind of excited to finish those. Hopefully that will be on the list tonight if I get my cleaning done. So, probably the last thing that I have to talk about, I really didn't do any cross stitch except this little red piece on Tuesday. The other days I've just been really working on these punch needle things and enjoying that a lot. So, but I am going to get back into cross stitch because I've been missing that. But I wanted to offer another giveaway today. Excuse me. And so I had purchased some wool at the thrift store that I really thought would make cute pumpkins. And so my plan was to make some for me, and I thought I would make one for you as I was going along. So Tuesday night I cut some out, and so I did get one of them sewed this morning. So I used the pattern by Vicki Bylick, and it's called Ugly Pumpkins. Now, by saying that I used the pattern, I basically just used the shapes. She calls for painting it afterwards. She uses cotton, and on the stem she actually sews it and turns it inside out. Well, that's a little tiny piece to be sewing and turning inside out and then trying to stuff, especially if you make it out of something bulky like this. It's kind of like a faux suede. But anyway, I thought it was a cute little pumpkin. So I made that up this morning, and that's what I'd like to offer as a giveaway this time. There's 3 different sizes, so hopefully I cut out all the other sizes, and I have some other really pretty wool that I want to try. So hopefully I will get more accomplished on that. But so anyway, if you are interested in this little pumpkin, I didn't think of a question. Just a second. Well, I still can't really think of a question. So if you just want to leave a comment down below and just say pumpkin please or whatever, I'm interested in the pumpkin or any of that, that'll enter you into the drawing for that, and I will draw that next week or on my next video. Hopefully it'll be next week. I'm really trying to get this thing set for once a week so that I can start finishing up some of the stuff that I've got going, and the huge amount of stuff I have coming into my house from the thrift store. I mean, if you could see my basement, I mean, heavens to Betsy, I could start a store. So I don't want to be considered a hoarder, and I don't want to get these great deals and then just have them sit down in the basement when somebody else could be using them. So I'm starting to feel guilty, so I am going to really start trying to push myself a little bit more, because I really do enjoy the process of making these things, and that's the fun part. That seems to be the part that gets me through all the less enjoyable things like cleaning my house. Like, well, if I get it done quick enough, then I can do some fun things. So I hope everybody is having a great week. I'm almost at my 15 minutes, so I will try to wrap this up, and I hope you found something interesting in the little video. If you make any kind of stuffed pumpkin or anything like that, feel free, if you have the time, to send me a picture. I'll have my email listed below. And I've been getting quite a few emails lately from some people who have watched the video and are sharing some of the things that they're working on, which has motivated me to branch out a little bit. So please share something with me if you have time. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.